Hello, my name's Michael. My school, AAA English from English, and eCamp have been working together now for 3 years to provide quality English lessons during the time of the children spend at the camps. I and many of my teachers have done many camps and have seen many children successfully go through the 1 or 2 weeks that they spend at camp with us in lessons. Myself, being a native speaker from the United Kingdom, along with many of my other qualified teachers, have all had experience in teaching children, and therefore when we go to the camps we have great fun with the kids. Normally the lessons are conducted only in English, so the children have a great chance to hear how native speakers speak and also see native speakers as native speaking teachers deliver quality lessons. One of the things that students have a problem with in English is the preposition of time. We have 3 prepositions that we use, and normally students are confused about which one to use in the right place. Today I'm going to give you a very short clue and some form of aid memoir that will help you, I hope, remember which preposition of time to use in which context. Let's just switch then to smartboard, and what I need you to do first of all at home is take paper and a pen. Yeah, we need paper and pen for this lesson. Okay, so take your paper and pen, and the first thing I need you to do is draw a line like this. Okay, draw it big. Don't draw it little lines. No, I need the whole page covered. Yeah, from right to left, from left to right, the whole thing, like that, like I've drawn on the board. Okay, let's just move up a bit. There we go, like that. And leave yourself enough space at the bottom of the page so you can write underneath. Don't draw it right at the very bottom. Leave about a third of the page uncovered. The next thing you need to do is draw another line, and here we go. So we're going to draw a line like this. Again, draw it all the way from one side to the other. Make it as big as possible. Big. That's what we need. We need big on the page. Next step, okay? Now that you've done your 2 lines, you need to divide it into 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do 2 lines. Line number 1 and line number 2. Okay, so there's our 3 lines. Now the first thing I need to ask you, and can I hear you at home? What is the smallest unit of time that we normally use to talk about time? Well, we can say seconds, but it's very rare when you ask somebody, what's the time, Michael? It's 2 seconds past 2 o'clock. Or it's 3 seconds past 2 o'clock. Oh, it's 4. No, we don't use seconds. So we do use the next section, largest section of time, not seconds, but we do use, minutes. That's right. So I want you to write in this part on your page the word minutes. Yeah? Minutes. M-I-N-U-T-E-S. Minutes. Okay. Minutes. What's the next largest stage? Yes, it's going to be hours. Yeah? Minutes and hours. So write minutes and hours on your little section here on the page. Good. Minutes and hours. After then, what's the next largest section of time we're going to talk about? Minutes, hours, days. Yes, we use days. And normally with a day comes another thing called the date. Yeah, so here we use days and dates. What is today's date? Today is Saturday, the 11th of October. Okay, so we're going to put in the middle section here, days and dates. After that, what's the next largest section of time we talk about? The next largest. So we do minutes and hours, days and dates, and the next section is going to be, we're going to do months. Yeah? What month is it? It's October. And then we have months, so let's think larger than months, not as, yep, seasons. Okay, seasons. And then we have years. Yes, we've got years. And then we have 10 years together. 10 years together, it's called a decade. And then we have 10 decades together, making 100 years. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 is a century. Yes, century. Okay, and so on. More than centuries, we have age, like the Middle Age or the Modern Age. Then we have eons, then we have millennium, and so on. Thousands of years. All that is in the biggest section of our diagram. Now, what we're going to do next is write some words above the line. Above the line. Okay, so what...
Prepositions of time!
We spoke about 3...
Prepositions of time!
We know, yeah, we can have on, yeah, we can have in, and we can have at. Let's go with that, shall we? So here's the first word we're going to write. We're going to write here at. Okay, at. Don't write it too big, write it about the size I've done here. At. The next one, in the middle section here, we're going to write on. Okay, on. Make it slightly larger than the at. At, on, so it's getting bigger. And then the last one is going to be in. Make it as big as possible, even going over the line. At, on, in. At, on, in. Okay, so here's your clue word. We have a word. At, on, in. And you can see the word gets bigger as you go along. So you have to say to yourself, at, on, in. At, on, in. Yeah, can I hear you at home saying that? There you go. At, on, in. Yeah, so the word's getting bigger as you go along. And that sort of relates to the time that we're talking about. At, little bitty time, little bitty, little word, little bitty, minutes and hours. So, for example, at 2 o'clock, at 3:30, at dinner time. Anything to do with that sort of hourly sort of thing. Then we have on, yeah, on Monday, on the 11th of October 2014. Michael gave a video lesson. In October, in December, yeah, in summer, in winter, in 2014, in the 1920s, in the 21st century. So you can see that at, on, in, at, on, in is a nice way to give you a sort of memory to remember. Ooh, what do I do? Is it in 2 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, on 2 o'clock? You can remember. If it's small time, at. If it's days or weeks, days or dates, on. And if it's anything else, it's in. At, on, in. Now, just one final thing. There are always exceptions in English, but these are not too bad exceptions that we have. If we're talking about festivals, for example, Easter or Christmas or New Year, which is the very big festival here in Russia, okay, then we put it down here as an exception. So, at Easter, Pascha, yeah, at New Year. Okay, so at Easter, at New Year is one exception. So here we put it for any festivals. Those in the at section. So we have festivals. We also have, if we're talking about a certain time of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Yeah. So these go over here. Yeah, in the in section. In the. morning, afternoon, and evening. And then one final thing, of course, we don't say in night, we say, what do we say? Yeah, we say at night. So another exception to that, at night. That, I hope, gives you something to use when you get stuck for your use of preposition of time. Ooh, what did Michael say? He said, at, on, in. Carry on speaking English.